we're doing a review of The Glittering Court. It will be all spoilers. So if you have not read the book and you don't want spoilers, go check out our other video, which is just a non-spoiler video for it.
So this book takes place in an Elizabethan and frontier world, so we're going to talk a little bit about what we liked, what we didn't like, what our expectations were, and just kind of give you some juicy details about it.
Yep. So first off, our expectations.
We went into this book thinking it was going to be a fantasy type book.
Like her other books, we thought there would be some fantasy
aspect.
Fairy court type thing to it, because the cover reminds me of a fairy court. I don't know why.
I don't really know.
It just screams fairy. Maybe it's because of the shiny jewelry. I don't know.
But it wasn't. So
there's no fantasy aspect at all except for the type of world she lives in, but it's still...
You can still see
America
clearly it's America and Europe, yeah.
So it's not a huge fantasy thing, so if you're wanting to go into it with that in mind, it's not there.
Yep.
So no fantasy.
Just be prepared.
So the story was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It has a good plot to it. It's interesting, and I just looked forward to reading more based off the synopsis.
I liked that there were the typical Rochelle twists and turns. You didn't really know what was going to happen, and in the last few minutes she throws you a wrench, which she really is very good at doing in her books.
She's really good at that. So the story is just really good. I like that our main character, Adelaide, needs to go away from, her old life, and she happens to take her maid's name and just leaves and takes the opportunity that she was given to go to the Glittering Court.
So one of the cool things about her is that she takes her control of her own life. She doesn't let life control her, which I really liked.
She knows what she can do, because it's set in Elizabethan area. Women aren't very...
They couldn't live on their own whether they wanted to or not.
Yeah, they're not very, awesome, I guess, back then. They have one job and one job only, and we all know what that is.
Yes. So the Glittering Court, which was the next part of the book, is when she actually gets to go to basically a reform school, which is actually run by men, which was a little different for me.
That was very different. Like, they come and they pick up these beautiful women. They have to be beautiful, of course, and basically sell them to men.
So they take girls who typically are handmaids or of low stature, and they treat them and turn them into what a countess would be able to do. So they're
well-educated women.
And since they're not a countess in that aspect, they can move them on to the new world. So by training them to be like that, they're training them to be governors' wives or lawyers' wives so that they can do the parties and the fancy stuff for the world.
So our characters... We have our main character, Adelaide, which we talked a bit about. Do you have anything else on that one?
No.
Okay. So our next one is Mira.
Yeah.
Mira is our Cerminian refugee, and she's, from the beginning, very mysterious.
Yes.
I instantly want to know everything about her.
She's always sneaking off, doing her own thing, and you never know where she's going to be at any given time.
We've read the book, we finished the book, but we still had no idea what's going on. I don't know, because... She kind of talks, but she doesn't talk. So I really don't know what's going on in her life.
During their time at the Glittering Court, she actually would sneak out. Just leave the house. And we don't know where she would go. And if it hadn't been for her, Adelaide wouldn't have been able to leave a few times too. So she's a good person to have on her side.
She's a good ally. She's a good friend. But I just want to know what's going on.
And she kind of shows up and does things throughout the book that I just don't know how she learned to ever do them.
She's magical.
Even when they were on the boat and they were confided, she still just disappeared, and I don't know where she went.
She's an odd character. I just
is.
want to know. I want her book to be next.
Yes,
I just want to know what the heck this lady's up to.
Yes.
What is she? She's the one with the bow, right?
She had the crossbow.
She has the crossbow at the end, and I'm just like, where did this come from?
She was able to shoot it perfectly, and that really just
we got a Katniss in our world. We got a Katniss way back when, just saving people's lives, and I don't know what's going on.
Who also decided that she doesn't want the marriage. Because you get to pick the marriage, or you have to pay off your debt, and she's
it's very interesting, because I'm just like, why?
Because I don't know, does she have another guy out there, or did she figure out a way to pay off her debt? That's what I want to know.
That's what I need to know.
Rochelle,
need to know.
Mira's book is next, please.
Please. So the next character is Tamsin.
I love her.
This girl was crazy in the beginning, and then I disliked her,
yes.
and then I loved her, and then I absolutely adore her now. And I just can't wait for her story either.
She's another one that she kind of just does her own thing. We
She's
don't
just-
know where she is or what she's doing.
Again, she's kind of like Katniss in that way.
Mhm.
She just goes off and does what she wants to do.
But she's one of the few who she strived to be the best. She wanted the best that she could possibly
she
have.
wants the best man. She wanted 100%. She wanted to be the diamond.
Yes.
Guys. But that's Adelaide, so she wasn't the diamond.
So the thing is she says that she has to have it. There's like a reason she
there's a
has
reason.
to have it.
She can't
and we
lose.
don't know what that is.
And I just want to know, like, is she in trouble if she gets below Emerald? Is she gonna die or
And
something?
I don't know if it had to do with her family, because she had a big-ish family.
Yeah. She had I wish we could see their families more.
Mhm. 'Cause
Their
they had-
families showed up, and we didn't really see them.
No, that was kind of a different Adelaide's aunt. But there was the thing with Tasman, though, is she was on the ship that sinks, and she kind of just disappears. And there's like, what, 6 months that she's gone?
Yeah,
that
she's gone for quite a while, and
I want to know what she was doing the
she
whole time.
was stuck in this, like, village type thing.
And then you get to the end where she shows up and she's like this total badass, and she's with
Yeah.
the rebel people.
What's going on?
No,
Even though
no idea.
I'm lost. And I need their stories.
As much as I want
Okay.
Mira's next, I also want Tamsin's next. So I'm kind of just like, can she just write them both and they come out at the same time?
Yeah, let's just do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Or just change point of view. Let's go
Yes,
that.
I'm okay with that too.
So Cedric, our main love interest, who's just an adorable boy.
Cedric is, again, a mysterious person. He's practicing this like weird religion.
He's practicing a religion. I can't remember what it's called.
It's kind of I want to say it was like a crossover between Druid
I think it's pagan.
and pagan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were
It's-
like, you
they-
worship demons and you
They
worship trees.
worship 6 demons that fell and then 6 angels. And
Mhm.
the Osphorian people, they don't like that religion, and they believe that you should only worship one deity, Euros.
Yep.
And
And you get hanged if you
yeah,
worship the other
you get
ones.
hanged if you worship the other 6 demon angel religion.
So one of the cool things is because Adelaide ends up falling for Cedric, she decides to help him, which doesn't exactly work in their favor most of the time.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was. Because she finds out what he is and she doesn't want him to get hanged. So she starts...
First off, she dislikes him because
Yes.
that's bad. She's
Yes.
a Euros believer. She thinks he's a weird worshipping demon,
Mhm.
bad man, juju thing. But
Yeah, that
then
was-
she likes it. She likes Cedric so much. She's like, I'm going to help you because I like you, so I'm going to make sure that some guy spends $5,000 on me.
Yep, so she decides that's why she becomes the diamond.
She gets 100% on the test for etiquettes. And she's just like, I'm going to make sure you get a whole bunch of money so you can go over to the new world, Adoria.
Yep.
And then,
And you can be free, because
yeah,
you can...
be free.
There's certain areas in Adoria where
You
you can
can
worship and not be killed.
Worship there and you're safe-ish. Although
Ish.
they're not safe over there because other stuff happens and
Yep.
there's villains and it's... I don't know.
It's very much, you can see the America side of it, where there were parts
Yeah.
of America where you're free to do what you want, and other parts where you could get killed
crazy.
for it.
It's crazy.
It is.
So, I like when they go over to the new world.
Mhm.
It's definitely like reminds me of when I read like old western type book.
Yes.
I imagine like ranches.
I kind of
and
half
stuff like
expected
that.
Dimitri to show up in his duster and his hat. Um,
Dimitri's time traveling,
yes.
guys.
I liked the fact that you could feel that it was New America. Like there weren't the
Yeah.
cobblestone streets. The houses
It
were
was
all
all
kind of
dirt
just
And
mismatched.
trees and rolling hills and bugs.
The trees. There
and
were so
cold
many
creeks.
Yes.
That's how they took baths in cold creeks. So you know she really loves Cedric. 'Cause she
Mhm.
went from being a countess all the way down to taking baths in creeks.
Yes. And she was mining. She did the mining
Yeah,
and the
she mined
manual
and
labor.
everything.
She went from ordering people around.
Our Adelaide grew up.
She did. She got so... And I like that she was willing to do that. And there were several
Yeah.
times that they were like, well, you can't do that. And she was like, no, watch me. And I
Exactly.
liked that.
And their romance is just great.
Mm-hmm.
It's so slow building, and I love it. It's just sweet.
I love
it
that
kind of
it's-
reminds me of Rose and
Yep,
Dimitri
it
when they
does.
finally get together.
It's like that slow build and then it just crashed.
It's just like bam, it's done. They're together.
it was good.
You're in love. It's so good. So the ending,
Oh, the ending.
it's we've all read the book if you're reading.
If you're watching that,
this.
yeah.
If you're watching this, you know what happens in the end and why we're extremely giddy because all this stuff happens. But my favorite part is the fact that it's a standalone
Mhm.
and they ride off together and they're happy and you know they're going to be happy.
I loved that. I think my favorite part, especially at the ending, was the sneakiness that they did to save Cedric.
Yes.
Like,
That was
they
so
did
nice.
so much stuff that could have ended up getting any of them killed, but she's still willing to do it
She
because she
fought.
loves him.
She fought for her love.
She fought for love.
Love is the strongest emotion, guys.
And I think the best part was that Tamsin and Mira show up, and there's just this crazy stuff that happens, and the whole time you're just like, when did they find
Mira's
time
just
to do
like,
that?
I'm here, guys, to save you.
That blew me away more than
Tamsin just comes in of all her little rebels.
that was.
Like a wave
I can't
of
tell which
fierceness.
was like more surprising. Was Mira showing up with the crossbow,
Yeah, I don't know.
or Tamsin showing up with the rebels? It was a very hard decision as to which was more surprising. And of course, the whole time I'm just like, so when were you learning how to do all of this?
Yeah.
And then why is Tamsin a part of the rebel group?
Yeah. I want to know more.
Yeah. Even though it was a great finishing of Adelaide's story.
I'm great that it finished
I
so
want the
good,
rest.
but I need other people's stories now.
We need the rest of them.
So our dislikes.
Mhm.
You have your first dislike.
So my first dislike was I felt it was a little slow in the beginning. I'm used to Rochelle's bam, let's do this,
The
and
super
it's
action
happening.
packed.
I mean, you get
thing.
Sydney running through the streets and she's got the alchemist chasing after. There wasn't any of that, which was a little disappointing for me. But I also enjoyed the historical side of it, so the slowness was needed for that.
She definitely knows how to write historical,
Mhm.
and I kind of like her to write from that point of view
Yeah.
again, just with more magic and fantasy.
Maybe we'll know better next time to not expect the
Yes.
fantasy.
So one of the things that I disliked was that it resembles a selection series in the beginning-ish.
The whole court thing.
Yeah, the whole court, and if you read the selection series, you know what I'm talking about. And it was until near the halfway, or a little over halfway, when it changed its venues, that I was like, okay, this is completely different from the selection. I was much more happier, and I finished it like that.
Yeah.
I was
She finished
ready.
it really quick.
I wanted it to be done.
I think the only other thing I really just didn't like about it was that there wasn't the fantasy aspect we were expecting. And I think I would have liked it better if I had just known about that ahead of time.
That would have been better to know.
Mm-hmm.
But now we know, and now you guys know that it's not fantasy.
But I will say, even though it wasn't one of our favorites, I definitely am looking forward to the next two.
It's got 4.5 stars for me.
Yep. That was a good... I'm about
good.
there with it. It was...
It's written good, the plot's good. There's nothing really bad with it. It's just a fantasy thing.
Yep.
It's
As
still kind of-
as Rochelle fans, we absolutely loved
Yeah.
it. I'm desperate for the next two books, so I will give it that.
But anyways,
Yeah.
it was a good book.
It was.
I hope you liked it. If
I
you
hope so.
didn't, or if you did, let us know down below.
Yep.
Because we want to hear what you think. Give us a thumbs up.
Yep.
Subscribe.
Our blogs have an even more in-depth review, so make sure you check those
Check it
out.
out. We got so many things on there.
But if you find this and you happen to pick it up, please do, because it's really worth reading.
read it. It's so good.
It's so good.
So we'll see you next time in whatever video we do next,
Yes.
or book review. I don't know.
Things are coming.
Yep. More videos are coming.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.